If you plan on coming to Prime and my videos have helped you in any way, please feel free to use my driver code on your application. It might help you out. It definitely helps me out. The driver code is DAVIGR. Hello, this is Ross, and welcome back to Keep Moving Forward. Doing things a little bit differently today. Driving to Missouri to drop off the load that I'm going home for my doctor's appointment / home time. Man, my problem with Walmart's is it seems that I'm always going to Walmart as my last trip before I go home, which means that it is very hard, unless you just can't find a trailer to go home bobtail. So more than likely, there's a good chance that I'm going to have to take this empty once I drop off, and then have to find a place, or have to have dispatch send me a place where I can drop my empty before I go home. And it would be my guess, somewhat educated guess, that they probably have me drop it off at a place that's about 15 miles from my house, which could be good, but that place, JBS in Beardstown, is a madhouse, and trying to find a place to drop an empty trailer. I had to pick up an empty trailer from there on my trip out from my last week when I was home. And I had to wind up getting a yard dog to pull out the trailer next to me so I could hook up to it. There was less than a foot room between trailers. And I know I wasn't going to get my fat behind between them. Tried to, and wound up busting my hind end. Ate dirt right there in the lot, and it was raining, and it's a gravel lot that was somewhat muddy from all the gravel dust, and I had that crap all over me. Not to mention my leg was bleeding. It wasn't anything severe, it just knocked off a scab. But it's a madhouse over there, so if they have me pick up an empty, or drop off an empty, I'm not looking forward to taking it there. And, you know, who knows? I don't know all the places in Prime's network that have trailers close to where I live, other than JBS. So hopefully they don't have me go out of route, because that would definitely suck too. Although I didn't have that many views and not that many votes, I appreciated the votes on my company logo, and I have decided on one, and I will place it now. So hopefully you guys like it. I've always been fond of Rocky, and the whole monologue he did in Rocky Balboa about keep moving forward is the whole reason I named my company that, named my channel that. So it seems fitting that I have this silhouette of him in my company logo. I don't think it's enough of a recognizable image that I'd be dinged on any kind of copyright or anything like that. But I like it, and I think it's going to work. It would work out better on a yellow truck, or even a black truck, because of course Rocky's colors are black and gold. Which, if I do decide to do a lease purchase, it will be either a black or a yellow / gold truck. And I've got some ideas for graphics on that. I don't want to spend too much on graphics, because after all, it's not a good thing to have on your truck when you're trying to resell. But I figure, heck, if I'm going to be paying for it, I might as well have it looking like I want. With that being said, hopefully I don't have too many more weeks of this regional stuff. Hard to make money when you go home every week. And I have to go home every week for these freaking doctor's appointments. Right now, I'm highly censoring myself because it would be very easy to cuss like a sailor right now. I'm over it. I'm ready to move forward, if you will. Pretty day out. Nice driving. Driving on a state highway right now. 110 in Missouri. Or not Missouri, I'm headed to Missouri. It's 110 in Illinois. But I'll be hitting Missouri here about 68 miles. Let me know what you guys prefer for navigation. I mean, I'm using Trucker Path, which usually does pretty well, does real well on the last mile or two to where you're going. But along the route, sometimes it can put you in some bad places. For my main route, I try to use my Garmin. It generally does better routes and routes that make more sense. Sometimes Trucker Path seems to send you on a lot of narrow roads, and while they may be truck routes, it's not always a good route, and it tends to try to put you on those. That's why I learned for the main route there, I try to follow my Garmin. Like I said, it'll put you on much better routes. But not a lot going on. I did find out I have been approved for this contraption from the doctor that treated me originally for my broken ankle. You put these pads or electrodes on your ankle for 20 minutes a day, and it's supposed to stimulate bone growth, as the broken ankle that I had never did fully heal. More than likely because of my diabetes. And my diabetes isn't that bad. I can generally control my blood sugar with the metformin and the Trulicity that I'm on. And I can tell it's not that bad because my wounds aren't, healing so bad. When your diabetes is out of control, it takes forever for things to heal. And that might have been the problem with the chemical burn that I had on my leg that's causing me to be treated for it once a week now. And pretty much all they're doing is knocking off the scab. Each week they numb it and they cut more and more of the thick scab that developed on there off to reveal the healthy skin underneath. Hopefully either this visit or the next, all that's off, and I can quit having to go to them every week, and I get back to doing what I'm supposed to be doing, an over-the-road truck driver. That's what I signed on for. I didn't need to be home weekly, especially since it's putting such a ding in my pocketbook. I think I'm pretty much covering my expenses, so hopefully when I get back to running every week, running 4 weeks at a time, I can get out of the hole pretty quickly. But that's all I have for you today, folks. Just wanted to tap back in. It's been about a week or so. Right now, weekly is the best I can do with everything else I've got going on. To be honest, being this tight in the pocketbook, I haven't felt like making videos, and you know, the performance of my last video is really making me double think some things. I don't know. You can't expect every video to have 1,000 views, but it would be nice. But I'm gonna leave it there. Everybody take care. Be safe out there on the road if you're a driver, even if you're not. Love you guys. See you soon.